Hello, Colonel Winsome Merrett. Thanks for taking the
Matt.
time to sit down with me today and have a chat about what I think, and I think you do, and everyone believes this, at the heart of the Salvation Army, which is our mission. And I want to take the opportunity to ask you, why do you think mission is important?
Because it focuses us on our purpose. It describes why we exist, what we're here to do, and our mission does that. Our mission expresses really, really clearly that we are dedicated to sharing the love of Jesus. That's our purpose. That's why the Salvation Army exists in Australia. And we do that in 4 specific ways.
Do you happen to have a favourite mission intention?
I do. The mission intention that I probably give a little bit more emphasis to is creating faith pathways.
Okay.
And the reason I do that is because we see people as whole people. The Salvation Army, of course, adds into that whole care for the spirituality of a person. And we want people, we believe that, Jesus can transform a life. So we want to be able to create faith pathways for people ultimately to be able to experience a relationship with Jesus. And so one of our mission intentions is to create faith pathways, to provide opportunities, if you like, for people to be able to go on a journey of faith and to discover this for themselves.
What about caring for people, one of our other mission intentions? How would you sort of expand on that for us to live out in terms of our own mission, or even as an organisation? How do we do that?
So I think as a Salvation Army, that's probably what we're known for in the community, really, caring for people, those expressions of care. I think that individuals within the Salvation Army express this caring for people when in our services and people access our services, we listen effectively. Anywhere in the Salvation Army, when we treat people with respect and with dignity, when we act with integrity, then I think we express care for the people who we serve.
How would you describe building healthy communities in more detail?
Anywhere where people gather and meet together regularly, it's about creating this healthy dynamic that reflects the values of the Kingdom of God and reflects, therefore, Salvation Army values. So, for instance, in a Salvation Army corps, they live and exist within a local community. So, if they're a healthy community and their intent is for people to flourish and thrive and to, reach their God-given potential, ultimately that's going to impact the community in which they serve. So it's not just about the Salvation Army, it's about how we influence the communities around us for good and for the Kingdom of God.
Not on the bottom of the list by any stretch,
No.
but one of the 4 is working for justice.
Right, yes.
How do we do this as a Salvation Army?
So at a high systemic level, if you like, we have the capacity to address injustices, but also at an individual level or at a state level, we also have that opportunity to collaborate together to address the injustices that we see. So with our mission being so pivotal to the whole organisation, can I ask you to share a little bit about how you personally, how it informs your day? Every day.
How does it inform the decisions you make? I guess the life you live, all those aspects of it, but how does it inform you personally as the chief?
So it's a filter. The mission becomes a filter through which decisions are informed, through which communications are informed. So, when I'm working to communicate, one of the questions I'm always asking myself is, how does this help us to advance our mission, particularly in terms of creating faith pathways, this holistic response to people? How do we encourage that? It's absolutely foundational to anything we do because it's our purpose. It's why we exist. It's why we do what we do.
So what excites you about the mission?
What excites me about the mission is actually seeing it at work and seeing those practical expressions of the love of Jesus across our movement.
How do we work together in mission as an organisation, whether it's staff, volunteers, employees? Like,
Yeah.
what are the things that we can do to be on mission together?
What keeps us on mission is understanding what is at the heart of our mission, which is our purpose, what we are committed to, which is sharing the love of Jesus.
Chief, thanks for taking the time to chat with us today, to share your heart, not only your own examples of how you live this out every day, but encouraging all of us to live on mission too. So thanks for taking the time to share with us.
Pleasure.
Thanks.